And they were interested in reducing energy costs at the consumer level. And we're interested in these, in our proposals, which were to design modular or fabricated housing. And that's what we set out to do. So the very first year of this, we tasked about 50 students over the course of the year to design prototypes. And at the end of the year, we were going to break it down to 9. And then one or two of those 9 we were going to try to fabricate and make. And this is just some of the very first semester, students did really crazy stuff. I mean, we said, look, just go wild, because we've got to explore every possibility, stick-built pod panel, every kind of system possible. And they did. We wintered it down, and they used all kinds of crazy materials. These are not the crazy ones; they're kind of the more pedestrian ones. But at the end, we came down to 9, and we picked 2 out of that. And these are 2 of the ones we picked. Now they seem very ho-hum, but they are. The idea with these was that the whole project would stand on 3 legs. One, the units. Each of the units had to cost $1 or less per day to heat and cool. Each of the units had to cost between $60,000 and $100,000. And each of the units would have to be manufactured in a houseboat factory. So they had to be designed in such a way they could be manufactured in a facility where they've been making houseboats. So the 3 legs that the project really stands on today, because we've made some, and I'll show you, is the unit itself, which is $1 a day, heat and cool, $60,000 to $100,000. They are made in these houseboat factories with the intention of putting people back to work. So it's job creation, the product itself. The other thing is that since these were made to be purchased and not rented, they would create a tax base, and they would create equity so that people could get passes down to their kids. And the third thing is, we tried to source all the material to make these in the state of Kentucky. We're about 96%. All the products that make these come from the state of Kentucky. So it's kind of slow manufacturing. It's like slow food. So made in Kentucky, job creation, and the units are super energy efficient. The other thing is that some of them are transported on trailer, but the unit we ended up settling on again, which this one can be flat packed. It can be designed and hauled on an 18-wheeler or in a typical TEU to ship it all over the world. We then started to think, and we had done some market research. What do you do with these things? So single-family dwellings was the original intention. But then, and this is the first 2 units this summer coming off these were manufactured this summer at Stardust Houseboat Company down in Somerset, Kentucky. And these are being provided to 2 families down there. These are our first sort of units. What we discovered along the way is that we will manufacture a number of these. The first year we designed single-family units. The second year we designed multi-family units. This year we're designing more commercial units and also school units. You may know that many high schools and junior high schools have these modular classroom temporary houses, temporary units. And they're built to last about 20 years, but they typically get used for 30 or more years. And they're energy hogs, and they're horrible. And one of the things we discovered, is that once you figure out the DNA of these small units, you can make them smaller and squeeze them. And so we're designing this year a special kind of skunk squirt project. The team is designing 4 of these for the Wayne County School District. And so we're looking to design the first bit of these for schools. The other thing about these is that the U.S. military is interested in these for forward deployed military housing. So we've been to Fort Knox, and they had some interest. And there, as it turns out, there are lots of interest. We're now working with a company, we hope, who has a contract with FEMA to manufacture this kind of housing, and so we'll provide a better product, we hope, for FEMA housing. And there's disaster relief opportunities with this. So there are a lot of applications, a lot of markets for this. We won there I am looking very happy, pleased. We won a Commonwealth Collaborative. I don't think there were like 25 of these total. Did you guys ever win one before?
Yeah, Jack had one.
Okay, Jack had one. Right. So Jack has won one, and we've won one. So it's 1-1.
High school.
And okay, but we've never won one in the College of Design. I think they only gave out like 25 or 27 of these. We're very thrilled to get one of these. Dr. Todd, the committee gave us one of these, and you get like 10 grand, but it's not a lot of money, but it's recognition, and it's terrific. So that's one project that we've done with CAER. It goes on. We'll be making more units and expanding, hopefully, in other markets. It's another project, Henderson project. This is a coal-fired, it's Hempel 1, Henderson Municipal Power Line number 1. It sits on the Ohio River on a beautiful site. They shut the plant down about 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, as part of the unwind with big rivers out there. It was a coal-fired plant. It had become really inefficient. And we got involved initially through CAER and have been working with the community there ever since to try to get them to save the building and to redevelop the waterfront. It's a beautiful piece of waterfront. And I'll show you some images in a second why we wanted them to save the building. Among other things, the building is really redolent of the cultural heritage of the entire region. You know, it's a coal-producing region. There's also oil, there's gas. It's an agricultural region, but there's also a lot of manufacturing. There have been adaptive reuses of these kinds of buildings all over the world. I'll show you an example of those in a second. But we were making arguments, look, we have made a lot of progress with this. We saved the building. The city is going to refer to it. The building is being given, as we speak, I think, by Hempel 1 to the city. The city is going to redevelop the waterfront property and use this building as a kind of a centerpiece of the whole redevelopment. Who do you think would be interested in a building like this? Well, we thought, you know, coal companies who need a lot of good PR would be really clever if they relocated office and research space into a building like this, because there's no more green, there's no more energy efficient building than the one that you don't have to build. And what could be a smarter idea than for them to adaptively reuse a coal-fired plant? And so we've actually been talking, there are a couple of companies we've been talking to. Once this thing starts, the development starts going, there's real possibilities, we think, for that. But anyway, you can see that's Hempel 1. It's a beautiful old building. For architects who like Russian constructivism from the 20s and 30s, it bears a lot of resemblance to that. So we like that. This thing is kind of a freak show that one of our students did, and you'll see more of this. Students, we love our students, but they like to do really crazy stuff with their design. So I'll show you some early. We had students early on thought, wow, this would be a great aviary. Let's just close down and put birds in there. Okay, cool, that's cool. Let's put some green stuff in there. Some of these are pretty good ideas, but if you know the drawings of Yakov Chernikov, which is who's from the early part of the 20th century, did a very famous book called 101 Architectural Fantasies, I believe. You see those, actually, you begin to see some of this in this work. It's beautiful, beautiful architecture, I think. The plant was built, I believe, in 1950. It was added to once, I believe in 68, and it functioned as a plant up until about 4 years ago. The shocking thing for all of us was how beautiful it is on the inside. I don't know, how many people have been inside one of these things? I thought you go in, there's going to be, we're stupid. I thought, it's cold. It's going to be cold like everywhere. Not true. It's beautiful. It had 2 diesel generators. It had 2 big coal-fired generators, too. But you start walking through this thing, and you just see this is a really stunning, stunning building. We don't really know how big it is because it has 2 sub-basements. It has all these flying gangways. It's just a crazy, crazy building.